So I'm going to talk about how to study the books of Islam effectively, so you can really attain knowledge about Islam through reading books, because that is really important. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So the first tip is to start with the dua, to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to place barakah in whatever knowledge you are seeking and the book that you're reading, to help to ask for Allah's help and to ask for Allah's support in order to help you to memorize, because without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's support, nothing is possible. So you need to make loads of dua before, and need to make the intention that you are studying this book in order to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to understand his book, or to understand or acquire this type of information which will help you get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's first important. So another effective way is in the book you can have a post-it note with a dua placed on the page you last left off from, and you read that dua. That's a good way. And sort of having different duas each time would help you to also learn new duas as well, which you can then use when making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala generally. The second thing to do is to create a reading schedule which you're going to stick to. So divide the book into portions. So choose how much you want to read, how much time you want to spend to read, and place that so you can remain consistent. There's no point of reading 20 pages one day, but then the next day you don't read any pages. So make sure to split it. Are you able to commit to reading 5 pages a day? Then that's what you should do. It's not a race of acquiring knowledge. It's about understanding that content, understanding the knowledge you've learned, rather than just rushing through books. The third thing is to understand the structure of the book that you're reading. So obviously the book has a contents page, so it tells you the roadmap of the book, it tells you how many chapters there are, the names of the chapters, if there's any sub chapters, and you can sort of write the contents page of that book in terms of like a mind map or as a picture, so you can visualize. So this is what the topic is, and this is what things are within that topic, so you really understand, and it'll help you to visualize the topics that you're going to cover but have covered, and it'll also help you with revision as well, because you can be like, oh, this topic, and then you can be like, oh, this is what I learned from this topic, and you can just sort of use it as a revision tool as well. Make sure to engage actively with the text, interact with the book, write notes on the side, and highlight important facts. Summarize some of the paragraphs and understand the sequence and number them. So summarizing the book, so when you've come to the end of the chapter, try to summarize in a paragraph what that chapter was all about, what you learnt. So spend about 5 minutes to summarize and just write it down. And they're the tips to help you study books effectively. So I'll leave you here for Manillah wa sallallahu wa baraka ala nabina Muhammad astaghfirullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.